be too slow with the pads, but I'm still matching the motion it has. Shoulder rolling, find an opening and let him go like I'm holding the soul in my hands. Set it free. Pound for pound, pound for pound, pound for pound.
So much energy here in the house tonight. We are live at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time now for our... And here he is in the flesh. Roy Jones.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion and 2-division undisputed champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
Todd.
Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Got him with a left hook. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Nice counter shot. Swing and a miss with the jab. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
This fight has a real good flow to it. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Beautiful Beautiful counter punch. Jab does not score. Not a lot of defense here at all. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
You've let him back into it.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. Feel good? Good.
And there's the bell to start round 2. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Swing and a miss with that jab. Can't land that jab. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What do you see him so far?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Good counter punching. Both men step back for just a moment. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Punch, counter punch. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Nice job blocking the hook. Well done with that counter shot. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Misses with the straight left. Both want the knockout. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
On the end of that job and then just start gathering your pace.
There's the bell to start round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
You'd like to see more jabs. Misses with that uppercut. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They block the left there. He threw a punch and just got countered. What a punch. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And down goes Crawford. And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Talk about Crawford in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You're being put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Good work. That's it. Now breathe, breathe. Just get your breath back. Good work.
And some bad rounds, all right, but we don't care. Go out there.
There's the bell for round 4. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Nice exchange here from both men. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Incredible work rate. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Perfect counter lands. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Looking to land the hook. only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you're in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. He parries the right jab away. One punch could change everything in this battle. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talking about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
I don't want to
Rounds.
On to the fifth we go. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Lucky that hook didn't score. Nice counter punch right up the middle. No rest for the weary. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Holding nothing back here in the round. And he misses with that straight left. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
That left hook is blocked. The right hook misses. Throws the jab but does not score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so easy.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Just stay focused. Don't let
Pushing back together. Listen, be smart when you go out there. Just
Jab's working well.
Here we go in the 6th round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Crawford's legs are all over the place. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamourweight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have the quick burst. Boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Like that, I'm happy. Good man. Just
Here comes round 7. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That jab misses. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Look great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.
been talented all along. Liquid fortresses made of stone. We're just palaces made out of flesh and bone. Waiting for our time to shine, to come on. Lord, please bless my castle of sand. Waiting on the battle sword, handle all in my hand. The war force is mortal with my door with demands. More important than the fortune that you poured in my pan. From freestyling to recording advance, can you please reinforce all my borders and bands? I should have put it towards some plans. Want a forest, gotta water some plants. Normally it
Welcome to the WBC Arena. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, John. Introducing first, Clarissa Shields, one of the most avoided fighters in the game and one of the best to lace them up. Fighting proudly out of Flint, Michigan, USA. Katie Taylor, one of the best to ever do it.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Flint, Michigan.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
This is one of my favorite venues. Get the right fight, you got a night of fun.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when... And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. These two fighters are made for one another. One punch could change everything in this battle. That jab doesn't score. Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something special.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
It's bombs away. Missed with that right uppercut. A perfect counter shot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye. They're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart. Pretty close fight here in this round. Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Good counter shot by her. They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Catches and counters. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about shields in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
But we don't care. Get out there and win this next round.
Just do what you're doing.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? The last round was massive for her, Johnny. How does she keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Johnny, you would know this better than me, but I would hate fighting someone with this swarmer style. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you get off the ropes. You can't get your offense off. You just got to deal with them.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good looking right hook, but that was blocked. Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. You've got got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Throws the jab and doesn't score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Shields in that last round. Well, this fight is not going to plan for her. She's got to figure something out. I wonder if her trainer is going to give her some advice here.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Great round. That was amazing. Okay, all we need to do now is refocus.
Get your shots off. Just don't give her anything.
The bell rings and we start the third. That last round was a debacle. Let's see if she can get things righted here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
No rest for the weary. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Hook misses. These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate?
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Clarissa Shields is in trouble. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. The courage on display here is incredible. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Shields in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
So that they don't get complacent. You think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
That was a great round. You're fighting smart. You're staying ahead.
Nick, for this round, you've done all your work all the way through.
And variation.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. That uppercut got her. The straight right just misses. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a grass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Jab slightly off target. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. She got out of the way of that right hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Shields in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bella, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Great work. Very about that round. Let's go out there and let's reset.
On to the fifth we go. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You'd like to see more jabs. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. These punches coming from every angle. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than equal.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
power punching. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that hook. Holding nothing back here in the round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Shields in that last round. Well, the corner can't be happy with the way things are going for her right now.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Staying ahead. Just got to put it back on her this round. Now you let her back into the fight.
On to the 6th round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Tried to score with the uppercut. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
It's hard, you know what? Sometimes when they've gone in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Swing and a miss with that hook. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You've just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You've just got to put in a guess.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. That uppercut just missed. Nice counter. Talk about Shields in that last round. It has not been going well for her, and you can see the corner is starting to get a little more animated. They've got to inspire her.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Amazing. Okay, all we need to do now is refocus.
Oh, that's a terrible round, that is. Come on, you've let her back in the fight.
Round 7, here we go. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. We hear that old phrase, second wind. You've got to find it somehow.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. Perfect punch. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, thinking, you've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Her stamina is off the charts. How about that time counter shot? Punch doubled her over. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about shields in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Get out there.
And there's the bell for round 8. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Missing with that jab. These two were made for each other. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Misses with the jab. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Katie Taylor hurt. Looks like they... Did you see that? The greatest female perhaps of all time is in trouble of going down. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Few Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. So a majority decision, and you've got to wonder if we're going to see a rematch down the line.
Todd, you're all right. We don't see this that often. But when we do, we really remember it. And this is one of those fights. Majority decision, I agree, you agree, the fans agree. Sorry, am I talking for you? All right, that's enough. Okay, you agree.